Wow. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So what do you know about dim sum? Hi, welcome to Taste This TV. I'm Chef Joe Ciminera.
Remember, there are no rules in cooking.
Taste some food and have a great time on Taste This. I bet you I could eat this whole thing.
Here you have it, my version of the duck.
Thanks for having me here today. It's an absolute
Having me on the
pleasure.
show.
Grab a fresh lobster, cook it, and this is a lobster roll. One of my favorite events, the Big Apple Barbecue.
I'm Chef Joseph Ciminera. Remember, there are no rules in cooking. Taste this.
You know, on Lexington Avenue in New York City, you can count Indian Row. Now, there's some good restaurants here located on Lexington Avenue, but one that stands out for some fast, quick lunch is Tamba Bar and Grill.
I love
Let's
you.
step inside, taste their wonderful treats, and see what all the fuss is about here in New York City.
My name is Daljit Malik. I'm the chef of Tamba Indian Grill and Bar. Today, just simple, I'm going to show you chicken 65. People make many different ways to make us chicken 65, but my way is very simple. So I take a half cornstarch and a half white flour, make a very thick dough, and this is a chunk piece of grilled chicken, dipping in the dough. I'm going to fry them. So this is after getting the crispy, this is done. So now pan, I'm using a pan and 1/2 like a teaspoon of oil and 2 teaspoons of mustard seed, and then add 2 red chili, dry red chili, and then couple of curry leaves, pepper, one with this 2 spoons of tomato sauce, and add 2 spoons of lemon juice. There is salt as to taste, and red chili, just not like as spicy you want. So this is a sauce ready. Mustard seed, curry patta, dry red chili is ready to add this crispy chicken. Just saute it, make like a juicy. Then I have some chopped, this is slice, bell pepper and green pepper and onion. So now is ready to eat. We have this served in the plate. This is very, very yummy appetizer, chicken 65.
So I'm here with the executive chef that cooked her signature chicken 65. Why do they call it 65?
Actually, I just probably heard, 1965 we had big fight and nothing to eat except chicken. So they cook appetizer, dish, different kind of, can maybe since then call chicken 65.
And how long have you been cooking for?
This, I think, how many, maybe 15 years.
Very good.
We're doing this.
Now we got some naan bread
yeah,
here, right?
this is the naan bread is here too.
This is a signature favorite, baked in the clay oven, right?
Yes, as I show you how to cook the bread.
Wow. And we have here...
This is grilled chicken also. This, I think butter chicken is coming too.
Excellent. We're just going to keep eating here today.
Keep eating it today.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank
Tamba
you.
Restaurant.
Thank you
Check
so
it out.
much.
Lexington Avenue, right?
Yeah,
In the heart of the food
103
district.
Lexington Avenue, Tamba Indian Restaurant.
Well, we're not finished yet because we're going to head back over to the test kitchen and whip up some more great recipes, so don't go anywhere. Taste this. There you have it. Inventive, creative cuisine. Now we're walking over here and going to be using the Himalayan salt brick. Now, what we're going to be doing with this application now, and the reason why I like to use salt bricks, and I get from time to time I like to be creative, they're no way quicker or easier to work with, but they do have some benefits to it. You don't really need to season your food with salt, and as a matter of fact, you should not when using bricks like this because they do give off, obviously, salty flavor. But one thing you need to do is treat this like a curing process, like if you were to use a brand new skillet or something like that, where you'd have to season it with a little bit of oil. That's what we're going to be doing now. Now, we've seasoned it ahead of time. The best way of cooking this is to put it on a grill and just kind of let it heat up itself. And as time goes on, the third, the fourth time that you use it, it's going to really get cured and nice. What we have here is a lot of root vegetables. We have zucchini, peppers. We even have some potatoes that we parboiled, chilled, and cut in half. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to omit the salt, as we talked about before, but we are going to add some olive oil just to make sure that we don't have any sticking sensation here, and it'll create great flavor with the vegetables. Turn that around. And just give it a mix. You want to get all the vegetables coated with the oil. And we're just going to put some of them down on the grill. We're not going to do the whole thing, but right away you can hear that sizzle. And that's what I'm talking about and it really is going to give great benefit. There's I think 84 essential health benefits, from cooking on a Himalayan salt brick. Even though you need iodized salt, too much of it is no good. All right, so we got some carrots in here, some baby root carrots, some white pearl onions, got some red pearl onions. Put another zucchini in here. Now, we're not just going to limit this to vegetables. Behind me I have some steak. I also have some fruit. We're going to do some fruit next. Asian pears work great on this. I don't know what it is. I mean, you could take a lot of fruit. You could try it with a regular pear. It just does not work. I put a regular pear on that baby. Something about the Asian pear and the salt really go well. Apples go decent. Don't use Granny Smith. They're too tart. All right, now we're going to be using our rice blend here. Today we're going to be using the red quinoa. And, rice is always 2-to-1 ratio with the water. Now, when it's done, we have this great goat cheese that we're going to kind of whip in there. And it's going to take on the flavor. And what I like about rices, especially risottos, is that finishing them with a nice creamy cheese at the end really takes it to the next level. All right, now we're going to move our vegetables over here. I do want to take these Asian pears that we talked about before. And, you don't want to cut them too thin. You don't want to cut them too thick. So just kind of give a quarter cut on each side. Probably don't need this one. And just go right down. You're going to be amazed. Oh, by the way, you can pick these up at any specialty food store. Now, you don't want to do both sides of the fruit because when you pick it up, it'll be mealy and messy. But keep the skin side up. And these vegetables are almost done. We're going to take them off the grill. Now, there's a couple of things that go well on here. Seafood goes okay. I just, other than shrimp and scallops, maybe some lobster tails, I don't know how quick I would be to put on this. And I do want to say something, too, that if you're using a protein, be sure that you don't marinate it and put it with a ton of salt. Because your mistake is going to be when it comes off this thing, it's going to be way too salty. And then you're going to get turned off by using this thing. And I'm letting you know, if you do it right, you could really see some benefits. And then there's times where salted products work really good on this, such as taking a spicy Italian cured sausage here. What I like about it is I like to put a sausage like this on the salt bed while you have your meat going, because then it sort of starts to kind of bleed into into what you have over here. This is a picante dried sausage. It's salt cured. Let's turn over some of these vegetables. Looking good. Now remember, you're not really going to get a massive sear mark on this unless you put a ton of oil on top, but you see you get some color with the vegetables. We're going to give our rice a toss. We've got about another 10 minutes on that. Let's start removing what we have here on the plate. Our fruit, you can touch on the sides, and it's got a little bit of a wiggle. We're good to go with those. We're going to take those things off now. Really, really good. It's interesting. These are really good. Now, I've had a chef friend of mine actually bake the whole side of fish on this, which is really cool, branzino. And he put the branzino on top of this, and then he put salt over it, and he put a big dome lid, and he cooked it for about 2 hours. It worked out well. But, I mean, you know, if you have that kind of time to be creative, go ahead. All right, so now you have a situation where you have a little residue from the vegetables and the fruit. I'm not going to flip out and go and start scrubbing it, right? So what I'll do is I'll just take a little bit of oil and just go gently. Okay, now we're putting the steak on. You should hear that sizzle. Your steak is never going to cook. I mean, I've seen chefs put like 1.5 inch pork chops on here thick and cook them to medium rare. So I got this marinade in here, right? So what did I put in here? Combination of soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, red wine, a little bit of agave syrup to give it a little sweetness. I got some red peppers, green peppers, scallions. You know, I go through my basic marinade when I'm doing steak. We want our meat, obviously, mid-rare. So what that's going to mean is we're going to take it over. You can see you do get a sear on there. Now, there's always this annoying skin that's on the side, right? You could sit there and peel it like crazy. What I usually do is, unfortunately, I just lose a little bit of the sausage just for the sake of time. And just cut, you know, I don't know, quarter inch slices here. And put them right on the brick. Now let's go check out our rice. All right, rice is perfect. See how nice and fluffy it is? That's a good ratio. The 2-to-1 works with this particular rice. Now, off the fire, you want to add your goat cheese right in there. Very important. You put that back on the fire, it's going to break. It's not going to have the same consistency. And just turn it into the rice. That's good. Mince them finely. Put them in there. Would give you some nice flavor. Put that in the center. And we're just going to put our beef here, line it up. And, you know, there's like cedar planks and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of grilling applications that you could use, things that will enhance your food. Years ago, I remember when I first got introduced to wood, you know, the wood whole plank kind of cooking, you know, where you put like a fish and a piece of meat on there right on top of the grill. Usually get only one use out of it, obviously. Now this, again, we're going to let it cool. We're going to bring it over to the cold surface, and we're going to take this baby and wash it with a steel. Not steel wool, not anything that has any type of chemicals in it, just all-out stainless steel, rubbing that baby on with no soap, and you should be good to go. All right, so now really the only thing left to do with this dish is garnish it. We'll take a little bit of microgreens and put that in the center. Get a little green action going on here. Would I do anything else? No, but I need a glass of wine. So we're going to pour a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon. All right, so let's recap on what we have here. So we talked about our Himalayan salt brick here, which is great to use our vegetables, which I think came out the best on here. Of course, we're using our Asian pear. Stay away from a lot of fruits, but really for me to go down right now the list, you just kind of got to do trial and error. I will tell you, don't use Granny Smith apple because it won't go well on here. We have our salt-cured sausage, our picante sausage, which is kind of marry everything and go really great with the creaminess of the goat cheese incorporated with the rice. And we have our regular New York strip marinated steak for 24 hours. Right there on the Himalayan brick salt. Now, it's time to end the show. We have our Cabernet Sauvignon wine. And thank you for watching this fun-filled episode of Taste This TV. I'm your host, Chef Joe Ciminera. Remember, there are no rules in cooking. Taste this.